If you're going to walk us through October between the two schools, what do the numbers look like? How many intros have you had? How many enrollments have you had? How many people do you have in your renewal pipeline?
We've got a lot in our renewal pipeline. One of the things that we did is we put together, we got a schedule once to link to our calendars so that we can see exactly when everything's scheduled for each location. So
yeah.
everybody can see based off of, and we kind of color coordinated it too. I don't know if you can see it on the screen.
Oh, good, good.
Google Calendar. We use the same thing.
Okay.
We put together, good.
So we can see when we have appointments. We can see immediately when they get, if someone cancels an appointment or reschedules an appointment. We can see if it's a first or a second, and we can see if it's the East Harlem School or the West Harlem School.
Good.
So that's helping a lot. And then we also, let's see if I have, hold on, we have someone coming in the door right now here. Let me see. We also have, oh, we don't have it out right here. One of the things that we did that we don't have on our waiver right now is we have, on this one, it's not on this one. I have to get them printed over here. We have first intro, second intro, third intro enrollment.
Good.
What the date was and who did each one.
Good.
So then that goes in their file when we do everything. So we can just start keeping track of everything much better.
Everybody follows what he's talking about, right? On that form they fill out is, and we've always done this. Write it right down there on the form as well as it's in the software or whatever, and in the appointment book. But that's really important because then you can go back and look through all of them and see where we're good.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So they've got it on the east side right now. You can see over there.
Excellent.
And that was like a simple solution. I think Master Smith was talking about it a couple meetings ago, just so we can keep track of who did it, who did the first intro, who did the second intro. Did it go to a third, or did we do an enrollment conference, or did we have to reschedule to a third because a parent didn't show up, and different things. So
Excellent.
We're slowly getting better at keeping track of it and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the easier you make it for them to help you, the further along you'll move and the faster along you move.
Definitely. And again, that was just like a couple of simple solutions that I was like, how do we track? I know there's an easy way to track who did the first and second intro and what happened with it. I just didn't know how to make it easy.
Yeah. And one of the advantages of that little tracking is it gives you conversation points with people, right? I've always wanted to, anything I pick up in conversation to document, right? So if somebody told me that they had a big soccer game, or if somebody told me that grandma was in the hospital, or if they told me the child was being bullied and that's why whatever it was, always wanted to write that down. And then when you're having both the confirmation call, which I never do confirmation calls without looking at the sheets, right? But when you're doing the confirmation call, you can reference back to that when you're greeting them at the door. And it's amazing how impressed people are by you remembering just minor details of what you've talked about with them before. That makes sense?
Question.
Yeah.
Is it possible for Ken to post that sheet? Because we just have recreated some sheets, but I'd like to see some that other people are using because we have not done a good job keeping track of we know our intro to enrollment, but we don't know if it was intro one, like if they closed on the first time or the second time. And we don't know who's doing what either. We've not been very good at that.
Yeah, I'm happy we could share that in a few minutes, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, Chris? Okay, good.
Good. Yeah, good contribution, Ken. As far as the renewal flow, do you have some systems in place that everybody knows how many people are coming up through the pipeline and who's prepping for that?
That's one of, for us, if I'll speak
go
again, working on renewals is one of the big things that we've had to fix and put in place. And so we're really working on getting, stop focusing so much on trying to catch up with our older students and just focus on white belts and yellow belts right now.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we did is with our cards, let's say, I'll show, again, this is a little paperwork solution that helps us, is if maybe I'll hold this up here. They're in the basic programs that's circled, but if we want them in leadership, we highlighted it because we talked about this person. So we're like, all right, so now when the teacher gets the card, we know to make sure that we keep highlighting this person in class and set up a time. So a lot of it right now is just about scheduling and finding time to schedule meetings to check the temperature, make sure that they're ready to go, make sure that it's all the same stuff that you guys are talking about. Again, right. I'm just going to repeat, making sure that they have their stripes, make sure that they've done their black belt goal sheet, and have turned, and that we've given them an application. Now, another thing that we just did and haven't implemented yet is, Chris, if you look at the other page right there, he was looking at the member site, and he took a couple of letters, one prepping people to get ready for leadership, telling what it was, and the other one was inviting them to apply and why that's important. So we took those from the member site and Pouncing Tigerized them so that we can now give them to our students and get them going.
Good.